Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. I am truly excited because the subject we are about to dive into has the power to change the entire direction of your life. The topic is simple yet profound: why most goals fail and what to do instead. Now think about it. Every one of us has dreams, ambitions, desires. We imagine a better future. We tell ourselves that this time things will be different, and we even start off with great excitement. But when you look around, you'll see that the majority of people don't achieve what they set out to do. They either give up halfway, or they keep postponing, or they settle for far less than what they are capable of. And that is exactly what we are going to explore today. Why does this happen, and how can we make sure that it doesn't happen to us? LeBron, one of the greatest motivational speakers of all time, once said, "Most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit." This single line is packed with truth. It tells us that the issue isn't just failing, it's settling. It's allowing ourselves to remain comfortable instead of daring to stretch further. So today, let's take his wisdom, combine it with practical steps, and build a roadmap that can actually help you achieve your goals. Why most goals fail? The first and biggest reason most goals fail is lack of clarity. People say things like, "I want to be successful," or "I want to be rich," or "I want to be happy." But what do those words actually mean? Success can mean completely different things to different people. Without defining it, without being specific, you are essentially walking into a forest without a compass. Imagine starting a long journey without a GPS or even a map. No matter how much fuel you have in your car, you will probably get lost. The same happens with our goals. If you cannot define the destination, how can you possibly arrive there? The second reason goals fail is fear and doubt. So many people stop themselves before they even begin. They think, what if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm not good enough? And those questions create paralysis. Fear of failure and fear of judgment are powerful enough to kill more dreams than actual failure ever will. The irony is, failure is not the end, it's a teacher. But when people let fear control their actions, they never take the risks required for growth. The third reason is inconsistency. Most of us know what it's like to start strong. On day one, we are motivated, full of energy, ready to conquer the world. But then comes day 10, day 20, day 30. The excitement fades, the discipline weakens, and without consistency, even the greatest ideas or the best laid plans will collapse. And then there's the environment. You see, no matter how motivated you are, if you are surrounded by negative people, people who complain all the time, people who don't dream big, you will slowly absorb their mindset. You cannot expect to fly like an eagle if you spend all your time around chickens. Les Brown puts it perfectly. If you run around with losers, you will end up a loser. Your environment matters more than you think, and many goals die simply because people never change the company they keep. What to do instead? So now that we understand why most goals fail, the next question is, what should we do instead? The first thing is to set clear, specific goals. Instead of saying, "I want to get fit," you should say, "I will lose 10 pounds in the next 90 days by working out 4 times a week and following a healthy diet." That kind of clarity gives you a target to hit. It transforms a vague dream into a measurable plan, but clarity alone is not enough. You need to connect your goals to a powerful reason. This is what I call your why. Without a strong why, you will collapse under pressure. Ask yourself, why do I want this? And don't stop at the first answer. Dig deeper. Ask yourself 5 times. For example, you may say, "I want to lose weight." Why? Because I want to be healthy. Why? Because I want to live longer for my kids. That's your real why. That emotional connection gives you strength when times get tough. The third step is to break your goals into smaller steps. Big dreams often feel overwhelming, and when you feel overwhelmed, you procrastinate. But when you break them into daily or weekly actions, you create momentum. Remember this: inch by inch, anything's a cinch. You don't need to climb the whole mountain today. You just need to take one step at a time. Next comes consistency. Motivation is temporary, but habits are permanent. You cannot depend on feeling excited every day. That's not realistic. Instead, you build routines that make success automatic. For example, if your goal is to write a book, commit to writing 1 page a day. 1 page may not sound like much, but in a year, that's a book. Finally, surround yourself with the right people. You cannot grow in a toxic environment. You need mentors, accountability partners, and communities that uplift you. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your potential, not your limitations. Stories and inspiration. Let me share with you the story of Les Brown himself. When he was in school, he was labeled as educable mentally retarded. Imagine being told that you are slow, that you cannot learn, that you will not achieve much. Most people would have accepted that label and lived a small life. But Les refused. He believed in the power of dreams. He believed that he was capable of more than what others thought of him. And today, that same man who was once ridiculed for being slow is celebrated as one of the greatest motivational speakers on the planet. Think about what that means for you. Maybe people have told you that you're not good enough. Maybe you failed in the past. Maybe you doubt yourself. But if Les Brown could rise above those labels, why can't you? I also want you to think about stories closer to home. A student who failed exam after exam but refused to quit eventually built a successful career. An entrepreneur who kept losing money until he realized his problem wasn't the business idea, but the lack of clear goals and consistent habits. Once he changed that, success followed. These stories remind us that failure is not final. In fact, failure is often feedback. It shows us what doesn't work so we can adjust. Practical exercises. Now, let's make this practical. I want you to grab a notebook and pen, because this next part will only work if you actually write things down. Step 1. Write down one clear, specific goal you want to achieve in the next 90 days. Be precise. Step 2. Write down your why. Ask yourself, why do I want this? Write your answer, then ask why again. Keep going at least 5 times until you reach the emotional core. Step 3. Break it down. What are 3 small steps you can take every single day to move closer to this goal? It doesn't have to be big. Small actions done consistently create big results. If you commit to this process, you'll already be ahead of 90% of people who only dream but never act. Closing. So, my friends, remember this. Most goals fail not because they are impossible, but because people approach them the wrong way. They are unclear. They give in to fear. They lack consistency. And they surround themselves with the wrong influences. But when you flip the script, when you define clear goals, build a strong why, break them into steps, stay consistent, and build the right environment, you set yourself up for success. You are capable of more than you know. Do not let fear or doubt rob you of your future. Do not let the comfort zone steal your potential.
Take a step today.
Start now. As Les Brown famously said, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this session has inspired you, but more importantly, I hope it moves you to action. Remember, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. Go out there and make your goals a reality.